I finished my Wizard prototype game, and the last thing to do for it was to test out with friends, which I did. But what did they think about it? Well, let's talk about that. There will be a question at the end of this video, and it's going to be more channel related and dev related, so make sure you stick around to the end. I finished everything I wanted for a first pass or an MVP of the project. It all worked pretty nicely. The only thing I had left to do was try out with some friends, and I didn't have much time for this, as it was moving day from my uni house soon. Unfortunately, by the time I actually finished the project, one of the friends had moved out already, so it was me and the other two in the house who had to try it out. And apart from a few, well, I say a few, I mean quite a few issues that happened while we were playing, such as spawning issues, the game ending a bit too early, it was really quite a fun experience with playing with friends and work together in a way, and also we kind of delved into what I thought would happen in the game, and it's something that I wanted to happen, where there was a bit of chaotic elements where people would just try and shoot spells at each other and just see what would happen, or just try and jump on each other, which is really what I was going for with the project. And I got some really valuable feedback from it as well. I mean, some of the feedback included ways to make the games more chaotic by adding like a push to the game.
Do you think it's more fun if you could do like more things to annoy each other? Like I was gonna add like, you could kind of like, you know how overcooked is like a dash thing you can do?
I would have said maybe have like a force splatters and push everything.
Well, that's what I said, it's only you can kind of push people.
So like, you know, edge and just blow your friends off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
like a push and a pull.
Kind of like overcooked dash, which is something I'm kind of working on now. Having the ability to actually be a bit more different to each other, because in the demo there was a fireball and then a charged up fireball, but they kind of gave a really good point that could just be one spell, you either charge it up or you don't, which is a really good point. And there were some issues they mentioned, like the camera was a bit funky and they weren't a huge fan. It should either be a top down or maybe how it is in the demo, but from an angle, which I agree with both, and I'm going to play around with both, see what feels better. But one of the main things that really stood out was them saying that it needs to be more chaotic, which I am all for, because that's what I was kind of going for with this project.
So I just think about a very, very short demo. Full of bugs, that's fine, it's to be expected.
Fun premise.
That's the main important question. Is it a fun premise? Or is it
I had fun playing it.
Something they both mentioned as well was that they enjoyed the premise of the game, which is really, really reassuring to hear, because if the premise isn't fun, then what's the point of continuing? And they saw potential for it to go and grow further, which kind of gives me an answer to the question of, will I continue this? And the answer is probably yes, I will continue it, because other people found it fun, which means others should find it fun. And I will know out now that my friends are quite critical, so if they didn't find it fun, they would let me know. And deciding that I'm going to continue with it then brings me on to the next issue, which maybe you picked up on throughout the video, but the idea for the game initially was that it was going to be a local multiplayer. But if you're on your own, or if you live with people who aren't currently there, it doesn't really have the same effect. So how could I solve this? Well, why not online co-op? A month or so ago I had a fantastic call with a bearded gentleman known as Rob Lang. You probably know, but if you don't know, Rob is making a fantastic looking game called Clomper, which is also multiplayer focused, and Rob also makes highly enjoyable devlogs to go along with it. They kind of served as an inspiration for what I do today. But Rob also knows a thing or two about different networking solutions on Unity, because I believe Rob swapped out Clomper's networking solution at least 2 times, maybe more. So I thought, who better to ask for advice on what to do for networking on my own project? So Rob and I had a lovely call, many tangents were involved, and we went through all the different viable options for me with networking for the game.
I mean, from the sounds of it, you've currently convinced me NGO is probably the way to go.
Probably.
Yes, and that's absolutely fine.
And from our chats, we decided that, for me personally, I'm going to go with NGO, or Netcode for Games. Mainly because it's Unity's own solution, so it should, and I will put emphasis on should, kind of be more supported and integrated into Unity than some other solutions perhaps. And you'd again think it should be pretty good if Unity are doing it themselves, but again I will put emphasis on should. And that's it really. After fixing some of the issues, making some changes based on my friends' feedback, I am going to be focusing solely on setting up NGO with the project and making the game able to do some online co-op with friends, because that's how it should be. And I think it will be a really good fit for the game. And the next devlog that I do on the game will probably be focused all around setting up local co-op. But there may be a delay for the next devlog, but why is that? Maybe I'll do a video on it. That's the question for today's video. Would you like a video on an important life update I'm currently going through? It's nothing super serious or bad, it's all good news. Possibly you can tell by my surroundings with one of the reasons why. But to sum up, basically I have a job in the industry. By the time this video comes out, I'll be starting it very soon, if not I've already started. So my life is changing quite a bit, and maybe you want to hear more about that in a video. But maybe you don't, which is fine if you do want to, but people don't want a video on it, just follow me on Twitter or Discord. I will be talking about it a lot more there, I am sure. If you do want a video on it, please let me know down below and I can see what I can get out. And as always, I hope you're all doing really well and hope you're all keeping safe and staying chill. Thank you all for your continued support, honestly it does mean a lot, and I will see you in the next video whenever that may be. Bye!